Chapter 42. Adelmo cautiously made his way through the dark and eerie streets, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The moon cast an eerie glow on the ancient buildings that lined the path to the infamous birthplace of Dracula. As he finally reached the location, a shiver ran down his spine, sending a chill through his entire body. The building stood tall and imposing, its Gothic architecture looming over him like a silent sentinel of the night. With trembling hands, Adelmo raised his camera and captured the image of the building, its haunting beauty forever etched in his memory. The air was heavy with an otherworldly presence, as if the spirits of the past were whispering secrets in his ear. He couldn't help but feel a strange connection to this place, as if the very essence of Dracula's dark legacy lingered within its walls. Stepping inside, Adelmo was immediately struck by the grandeur and opulence that surrounded him. The flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows on the ornate furniture and ancient tapestries that adorned the halls. As he wandered through the rooms, he couldn't help but be drawn to the plaques that adorned the walls, each one telling a chilling tale of Vlad Tepes, the man who would become known as Vlad the Impaler. One particular plaque caught Adelmo's attention. It stated how people changed his name to Vlad the Impaler because of the way he punished people for whatever reason he saw fit. In doing so, while he ruled, there was an estimated 40,000 to 100,000 people executed over his 6-year reign. In sheer horror, Adelmo recounting the horrifying details of Vlad's reign of terror. The number of lives lost under his rule sent a shiver down his spine. Adelmo's eyes widened in disbelief, his mind struggling to comprehend the depths of cruelty that Vlad had inflicted upon his subjects. It was as if the very air around him grew heavy with the weight of the atrocities committed within these walls. In that moment, Adelmo couldn't help but feel a sense of unease, as if the spirits of the past were watching his every move, silently judging him for daring to enter this place of darkness. As he continued to explore the eerie place, Adelmo's curiosity about Dracula grew stronger. The dimly lit corridors seemed to whisper secrets, and he couldn't resist delving deeper into the mysteries that surrounded the infamous vampire. Suddenly, his attention was drawn to an intriguing plaque that adorned the wall of a room. It was said to be the very room where Dracula was born, and Adelmo couldn't help but feel a chill run down his spine. With a mixture of trepidation and fascination, Adelmo stepped into the room, his eyes fixated on the plaque. As he approached it, a strange sensation enveloped him, as if time itself had twisted and transported him back to the moment of Dracula's birth. The air grew heavy with an otherworldly presence, and Adelmo's heart pounded in his chest. In the dim light, he could make out the figures of people, their faces contorted with a sinister glee, dragging lifeless bodies into the room. Horror washed over Adelmo as he witnessed a scene that defied all reason. Dracula's father, a figure shrouded in darkness, held a peculiar dropper-like instrument and began to draw blood from the lifeless bodies. The room became a macabre spectacle, with blood splattering across the walls and pooling on the floor. Adelmo's stomach churned, and he felt a wave of nausea overwhelm him. Just as suddenly as the trance had taken hold of him, he snapped back to reality, gasping for breath. The sickening feeling in his stomach intensified, and he couldn't contain the urge to vomit, his body convulsing as he emptied his stomach onto the cold, unforgiving floor. Once he regained his composure, Adelmo stood up, his legs trembling beneath him. He approached the plaque once more, his mind plagued by the horrifying images he had witnessed. It was as if a dark secret had been unleashed, threatening to consume his sanity. Adelmo couldn't help but question his own lineage, his family's connection to such unspeakable acts. His grandfather had never mentioned anything remotely close to this, and the realization that his family history might be tainted with darkness sent shivers down his spine. The room seemed to close in on him, the walls whispering secrets that he was not yet ready to uncover. He started reading the plaque. It stated that he was nicknamed Dracal. Later on, after his death, the name was modified by adding the diminutive Ulia, which in Romanian means son of, in reference to Vlad Tepes' name. The word Drac means dragon or devil. Dracula would be literally translated as the son of the dragon, or the son of the devil. Adelmo's mind was clouded with a sense of unease as he pondered the sinister implications of Dracula's actions. The thought that the vampire lord tortured his victims for his own sadistic pleasure sent shivers down Adelmo's spine. It was a chilling realization that Dracula derived satisfaction from the suffering of others, leaving a trail of terror and despair in his wake. Adelmo couldn't shake off the feeling of dread that enveloped him, knowing that such malevolence existed in the world. The revelation that Dracula remained indifferent to the pain he inflicted on his victims only added to Adelmo's growing sense of horror. It was as if the vampire lord existed in a realm of his own, unaffected by the suffering he caused. The fact that Dracula continued his reign of terror without remorse or consequence made him all the more terrifying. Adelmo couldn't help but feel a deep sense of foreboding, realizing that he was in the presence of pure evil. As Adelmo delved deeper into the mysteries surrounding Dracula's castle, he couldn't shake off the feeling that something sinister lurked within its walls. The absence of the plaques that were said to be there only fueled his curiosity and fear. With a sense of trepidation, Adelmo decided to return to the castle, determined to uncover the truth for himself. The journey back to Dracula's castle was fraught with a sense of impending doom, as Adelmo braced himself for what he might discover within its dark confines.